start getting in trouble.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I want to go back to the college.
Yeah.
19 years old, get your license, you're going for marketing,
Hmm.
but really the real estate was to satisfy that sales experience.
Yes.
Kind of walk me through the next couple of years. Once you got licensed, did you fall in love with real estate, or was it still kind of like this is just kind of satisfying that one thing, and I want to still focus on getting into the corporate world?
Yeah, for sure. So, and that, it was after my first year of college. That was the summer I got that summer. I was one of the first 100 agents in the state of Ohio to get licensed fully online. That was when it first came out.
Okay.
So I was one of like the beta people. I still get I don't know if you're familiar with the platform, but you can like comment on videos in it. I still get emails and people comment on these videos from the course, like the pre-licensing course from Hondros.
No, they didn't have that. They didn't have that option when I got licensed. There was
Uh-huh.
in person during the summer, so both days on the weekend from
Mhm.
8:30 to 5:30, whatever it was. And back then there was only about 15 of us in a class. So
Yep, it was fully online. I was one of the first 100 people to complete it. I have a little like plaque that they gave me, even I don't know where it's at, but yeah. So I had done that, and then I went back to school. It was my second year of college, and I was marketing and I was PR. I had done public relations as well as my other degree. And I decided that I was talking to my mentor. He's like, "Why are you doing public relations?" He's like, "You want to go in the corporate marketing world?" He's like, "You should drop that." So I ended up adding an accounting degree, which is eventually what I graduated with, was marketing and accounting. But while I was doing that, I mean, really my main goal when I graduated was to go into the corporate world. So I was doing real estate, I was doing it part-time. I'd become quite involved in my campus. I was an honors student, and I'd actually become the president of the honors program at Capital. So I was the first ever sophomore president of the honors programs, the
wow.
sophomore year. I held that position all the way until graduation. And then I started working in our student affairs office. So, our student organizations, fraternity, sorority life, student government, big campus planning events, stuff like that. And like everything was housed out of that office. And I started working there my senior year, actually. And before I'd actually started there, I was doing real estate more and more. My first year was probably pretty slow. I didn't close too many. I was doing it part time.
Yeah.
Classes always came first for me too. And, I was really just working with the people that I knew, I know, like, and trust, the people that already like knew, like, and trusted me. So, and I was trying to overcome that obstacle of being young. So,
It's sorry, with the no like and trust, right?
uh,
Was it friends, parents? Was it internet leads? And I'm always curious because, you talk to the younger people in the business and they're like, well, none of my friends are buying homes. I'm
mhm.
like, yeah, but they got parents, coworkers, all of that. So kind of how did you start to build your business during that time?
Yeah. So, like, as you said, all my peers were 19 years old. So they weren't buying real estate. There was, I think, two. I had two like actual people that were my age at the time, like, buy something, and nobody was selling. Like, none of my obviously 19-year-old friends were selling real estate.
Right.
So parents were, honestly, actually, they were a significant portion of it. Like, because I had grown up, I was very close with a lot of families back when I went to high school in Grove City. And so some of them was my business, but it was open houses. Honestly, I built trust at open houses. I met people, got to know them. And did they buy with me immediately? No. I mean, I had to, it's that follow up, follow up, follow up. But open house is really where I built my business. I'm great at talking. I'm good at connecting with people. I love connecting and talking with people. I loved open houses. I was usually doing 5 to 6 a month for open houses. So that was really where I did build my business, was within that. And now 5 years later, those people are selling now, or they're buying their second house, or they're it's a that's and now I'm seeing the return, the referral business. And I really did build my business off those first how many ever people I got through the open houses.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome because I think a lot of people struggle with
Mm-hmm.
how do I go out and I attract clients, especially
Mm-hmm.
at the younger age, like
Sure.
four to and you said it 4 to 6 a month, right? It's not just doing one and, oh, I tried, or, that's good for the month. It's
Mhm.
no, like multiple times in a weekend, multiple opportunities. And then the biggest thing was you actually followed up.
Yeah.
The
No,
one
I
thing, yeah, the
for
one thing for me was internet leads, like that's how I built my business because I didn't have a sphere. I wasn't from here.
yeah.
So, no, I think that's awesome. Because, part of what I talk about all the time is there's so many different ways that an agent can be successful in this business. And it doesn't have to be, you have to be the top listing agent or the top this or top that. I mean, it's find what you're good at. You said like you're good at building relationships and talking to people, right? So, what are those opportunities that you could do
Mhm.
to get in front of people for you to thrive?
Yeah,
So,
no, for sure, and open houses were free. That was the other thing for me. I was a broke college student. I was paying, 30K a year in tuition, and they were free. Internet leads weren't free. None of that other stuff was free, but I could take my time and, go to an open house and talk to people for 2 hours. And sometimes I wouldn't have anyone come through. Like I'd have open houses where there were zero people. So, I'd work on homework. I'd work on, my group project. Like one time I remember we had a huge presentation on Monday, and I had my group, it was me and one other girl. I had her come to my open house with me, and we worked on our group project together. Like I was doing all of that while also doing 21 credit hours a semester to finish both my degrees and working in my student affairs job. So it was a lot, but I mean, I made it work. Hard work has never scared me. And it was always something that, it was definitely something that helped me in the long run, but they were free. That was the main thing for me. And that was it. I mean, they weren't always necessarily my listings. I'd ask, other agents in the office. I'd hold my mom's open. I'd hold anyone that would let me have an open house. I'd hold it open. So,
yeah. I tell agents all the time, prospect other real estate agents. There's agents who have been in the business for years that don't enjoy open houses, or they're just too busy to really do them, and they'd be happy to hand over that opportunity
100%.
to someone that is willing to do it. Now I got to ask, did anyone come through that open house, and did you get a client from it? Because I think that would be a great way to stand out, right? Like they're like, well, what are you doing? You got like, I don't know, a poster or something set up. And you're like, oh, well, I'm actually still in college and I'm working on a project, but feel free to walk through the house. Let me know what you if you have
No,
any questions.
no, for real. No, I mean, I got a lot of clients through open houses back then. We only did that group project thing one time. It was a certain circumstance that we needed to get it done. I had already promised this agent that, I was going to do this open house. I didn't want to let either of them down. I was like, look, like this is my career. I can't give this up. I was like, I want a corporate job one day. Like I can't mess up my sales experience. So yeah, no.